Hello, everyone, the audience and the organizers of Gender Stories. My name is Noel Song, and my pronouns are she and they. And today, I'm here to talk about a very important and a crucial part of our lives, and that is the bathrooms. But before that, let me take you all through a little story about a trans woman named Dylan. Dylan was born biologically male, but soon she realized that something's not quite right. So when she was 4, she go out and tells her mom that she thinks she's a girl. Everything is all confused, but she cannot do anything about it. And as time goes by, the femininity in her keeps getting bigger and bigger. She realized she feels amazing wearing dresses and makeup, and most importantly, seeing herself as a woman. And at the age of 25, she eventually tells the world that she is trans. Unfortunately, the world does not like it. It makes her feel ashamed of herself, it suppresses her femininity, and she can no longer go into a public restroom because she doesn't feel belonged to either side of them. The appearance that she has learned to love her whole life is just a little different because now that appearance limits her access to the most basic human need. So this problem apparently is really common to come across within trans people. Yeah. Yeah, and due to a 2015 U.S. transgender survey, USTS, with almost 28,000 respondents, nearly 1 in 10 people reported that they had been denied access to a bathroom. And sadly, our Dylan is suffering from that at this very moment because she is a real person. And her full name is Dylan Mulvaney. She has a TikTok account with over 8 million followers. That's where she has a series called Days of Girlhood, where she shares her journey as a trans woman. And yes, she's a real person. Together with the trans community, she is facing that very real problem from days to days. And let's take a look at what form does the transphobia may appear. Firstly, it could be as blatant as giving disgusted looks or even attacking trans people, or it could be more unconscious due to the misinformation the society was given through social media or the internet. For example, in Miss Universe Philippines 2018, one question was asked was, do you agree that a third restroom should be built for transgender? Why or why not? With just a simple question from a national contest that has illustrated the ignorance of people about the idea of trans and how they all assume that trans is just a third gender. Situation is really complicated and tricky, but in the dark appears a ray of sunlight. And people have come up with not a third, not a trans, but a gender-neutral bathrooms. And they are defined that bathrooms that are not separated by gender or sex, or just bathrooms can be used by anyone regardless of their gender or gender identity. Yeah, what is the advantages of this? First and foremost, they are far more inclusive than the traditional one. Trans people or people with queer identity can have free access to it without hesitating. And the second one is it's much more convenient for parents to accompany their children of the opposite sex Because imagine how awkward it would be for fathers with daughters or mothers with sons. Yeah, and like it would be safer to have a parent accompany a child to the restroom. Yeah, rather than let them go alone. So why does this invention have such an important role, especially in our time? Because it has broken the outdated prejudice and assumption. People now are more aware that not everyone's gender goes along with their identity, their assigned sex at birth. And they are aware that intersex people and non-binary people do exist. This idea may be new to a lot of people, so a lot of reason was given against this. Firstly, it may encourage sexual assault. Our character, Dylan Mulvaney herself, has shared that if a man wants to attack a woman that was using the restroom, he could just walk into the bathroom. He doesn't need to put on a dress and long hair to do it. And I totally agree. And second is, some people are not feeling comfortable. And I suggest one bathroom could be built in like separate rooms with a urinal, a toilet, and a sink. And this actually has been built a lot, widely used in school and buildings all over the world. Let's take a look at those two pictures right here. The first one is from a school in San Francisco showing gender-neutral bathroom, and the second one, surprisingly, from one of the Google offices. Not only that, but they also include Android, Batman, Mermaid, and Alien. And that's a plus for Google. Very diverse. Yeah, and lastly, how about our country? How does respond to this? To me, with all the advantages, I think it's time Vietnam considered building more gender-neutral bathroom or just spreading the ideas, because as we can see, the trans community is represented more and more in our social media, and if we didn't do anything for them, that their effort in trying to just be themselves, it went all in vain. Yeah, and that is the end of my presentation. Thank you very much.
So please welcome the judges to ask her questions.
Thank you very much. That was a really interesting story. So, just a quick question then. You may be aware, or maybe not, but schools in the UK were teaching children, some as young as 5 years old, that there are over 100 genders. So many parents in the UK were not happy with this. Many refused to take their children out of school, arguing that scientifically there are two genders, male and female. So how do you think that Vietnamese parents would react if the teaching of so many genders was introduced to Vietnamese children at a young age? Do you think they would be accepting, or do you think they would be like UK parents and not very happy?
I think, thank you so much for the question. I think personally, I think the kids themselves would not have a problem with that, because the transphobia is like it passed down. With the younger generation, I think it would maybe too hard for them, because they grew up against it, and especially the image of people with queer gender or queer identity has been really ugly on social media. Yeah, so if that parent, they are young and they have access to information, I think they would accept that, and like maybe it's better for their kid, because yeah, their kid could be other than just male and female. Yeah, that's it.
first, like the question and then for the second questions. Do you think that for the for the neutral gender bathroom in Vietnam, does it increase the crime of sexuality?
Thank you for your question. If I had enough time, I would talk a little bit in my presentation, but I'm gonna answer it here. So, in Vietnam, okay, so I think that it would not. But maybe it's just my opinion, but I think it would not. Because for the majority of trans people, they are just people who wanted to use the bathroom. If I go to the bathroom with you and like you wouldn't be scared, but if you know the fact that I am trans, then maybe some people are terrified. And we're not afraid of trans people. They are afraid of being attacked by men. Yeah. And so I think we should work on more how to prevent sexual assault than to blame the cause on trans people. Just want to use the bathrooms. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Sir, please. Well, could we give her a big applause for her performance? So actually, honestly, I'm really impressed by your accent. And also I have some question, like what do you feel about your own performance?
I was shivering before, but now I'm good.
Right now?
No longer.
So what do you think about the question from the judges?
I think they put a lot of thought in that, and they are very interesting because they make me think for a second.
So do you learn anything from their questions or something like that?
Yeah, I didn't know that in UK, sex education are taught to little children from age 5.